Hi. Some days, do you feel like you're wearing an emotional straitjacket? Do you sometimes feel also like you're stuck in a thought loop? Yes, a thought loop. Hi, Cheryl Anderson here. I'm just going to talk a little bit about something that everybody falls into a pattern of. Well, maybe not everybody, but the vast majority do, okay? Hi, Connie. Now, thought loops are, all they are is a continued thought that you believe that is like self-fulfilling in a manner, where maybe you heard as a child, you're dumb, you're stupid, you'll never amount to anything, you're a loser, you're ugly, you're fat, no one will like you. You know, look, we can all insert the words there that apply to us. Every child, I think, on the planet has been subject to someone's ridicule or someone's anger or someone's negativity. So what happens is we take these very small sayings and these words, we apply them in our minds. Now, I'm aiming more at women when I do these talks because that's who I work with. I predominantly work with women on an epigenetic level. This is current for men too. However, be warned, this is aimed at women. So what happens with women, right, and we all know this, we have thoughts, right? We get information comes in. If we don't have enough information, we will start to pull stuff from the back of our mind, from experience, from yesterday, from last week, something that is a lot. It's like what it is we're thinking about, or what we're, you've got these few facts. Your brain will go and find, your unconscious mind goes and finds other things like it and starts building a story, right? So what happens, women, we are really amazing thinkers, okay? Like we think huge. Men think A to B. They're very focused, right? That's just how they are. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It just is. Now, with women, going back to thought loops, right? So what happens, we need lots of information on what's going on because it's just in us to factor in. We're constantly updating the plan, updating. If you've got kids, let's say, you get up in the morning, you've got to pack your kids up, get them in the car, you're going to go off, you're going to do some shopping, you're going to drop off dry cleaning, although I never dry clean anything. I don't know why I said that. However, and that in the afternoon, you've got to pick your kids up, one's going to dancing, one's going to footy, or whatever. Now, in the middle of the day, something might go on. You may have to go to a friend's place real quick. She's locked herself out, or she needs a lift, or something, just a regular occurrence. So what happens is women are constantly on the trot. So your brain immediately then has to change up the routine, the schedule rather, because now you've lost a bit of time, you've been over to her place, helped her, so now you can't get to the shops on time, yet you still got to go pick up the kids, they've got to be at footy, they've got to be, well, wherever. So what happens is we're constantly changing our plans. So going to the footy first, drop the son off first and the daughter second. It may end up the other way around, or you need a friend to drop them off because you're still at your other friend's house helping her. Now, what I'm meaning is that we are constantly updating our thoughts. So because things change, it's like we update. Men understand this as women are always changing their mind. Well, yes, we are. That's how we are. Our brains think this way. We're like amazing thinkers. We're like powerhouses when it comes to thinking. And I mean every single woman, unless you're in hospital comatose. But then, those women are doing it too. We just can't see it. So what happens is, in this process of constantly bringing information in and updating, because let's face it, we all try to be so perfect. We all want to do such a great job, for whatever reason. to impress our mum, to impress our partner, to be a good parent, to be a good mum. There's plenty of reasons. So thought loops come in when usually when we're stressed is when they really start to, come in. Now, a thought loop, say you're buzzing around, you're doing your day, you're taking in everything, you're changing your routines, you're changing your schedule rather. Now, in through this, what happens is there's bits and pieces going on. You've got a bit of a stress happening. You might not get to the school on time to pick up your child. Now, remember, this is just a scenario I plucked out of the sky as I turned this on to do a live, okay? So what happens in these situations when something goes amiss or we start to get a bit stressed, in clicks these thought loops that go on in the back of our mind. You're not good enough. You are not tall enough. You are not pretty enough. You do not earn enough money. Or a good life is just not meant for you, loser, because you're too dumb, or you weren't born to the right parents, or whatever. You were a terrible teenager. You stole from the shop. Or I don't know. Everyone has their story. These thought loops, though, they become a way that we look at life. They run in the background. We don't necessarily know they're happening. The quick way to know they're happening is in your solar plexus, in your gut, right near your, where you get punched, if you get winded when you get punched. That will start acting up. You'll know because it becomes uncomfortable. But we forge on, we keep driving, we keep loading groceries in, we're picking up kids or whatever we're doing, whatever it is. These little processes are going on in the background and they're just full on undermining us as we do it, all right? So here we are putting in a valiant effort, I must say. I don't know that I've ever met many women that weren't really putting in their best effort, yet finding that they just felt like they were crumbling, that they weren't meeting the mark. Now, just as an aside, I was a nail technician for, when I was 15, I started. Before that, I had my own salons. I worked with lots of women, hands-on, every day. They told me more stories than hairdressers here, right? So I can tell you, I know that there's this constant feeling of failure, not meeting up to the norm. Media has set women against each other. They did that years ago because they knew if we fought amongst ourselves or wanted to be better than her or taller than, well, you can't be taller, can you? Thinner than her or a better boyfriend than her, that if we fought against ourselves or amongst ourselves, that we wouldn't find our true power. I mean, I can understand why the powers that be would not want women all getting together and really rocking it. Because really, let's face it, we all know we could run the planet better than it's being run right now. Anyway, I digress. I come from a place of where I have dealt with lots of women. I mean, lots, thousands and thousands and thousands of women over the years. And some of them I know that are watching this now, they know me. Now, I do know that this one single thing can go on in a woman's mind, or a girl, doesn't matter what age. You can't see it. You can't see it from the outside. We've become so good at copying what we think is normal. We want to look normal. We don't even know why. We just know that we have to do that. There's something in us that, it's about survival. Do you know? Like if you are really popular and you got it going on, well, your kids are going to do better. Your friends are going to do better. Your family's going to do better. So there's a little bit of that. Anyway, let's go back. Thought loops. The only way you're ever going to know or be able to fix this is you have to look for them inside of yourself. You have to become aware of when your heart rate goes up, when you start this was what I used to always do, is to let around your shoulders as earrings. You have to take this first step and start to see it. And then what happens is you start to break it down. You start to hear these insidious, revolting things you tell yourself. Trust me, as you break it down and you start to realise it, I could nearly cry now. you'll be upset because you won't be able to believe you say those things to yourself. Anyway, I didn't get on here to cry. I think it's time all women stopped denying how we feel. We have emotions going all the time. I tell you, they're just all the time. We live in a world that doesn't necessarily want to slow down enough for us to feel comfortable in this. So we hurry, we push ourselves to the side. Or I'll do it later. And what happens is we never do it later. When have you ever heard or seen a show that says, hey, ladies, slow down, take some time for yourself, be your beautiful self? But, that doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. We're too good a consumer, and while we're knocked off kilter, feeling not good enough, or we don't measure up, or whatever, we become a fantastic consumer because we're buying all that crap to make ourselves feel better or look better or find some solace in the things that we are doing. We just want some hallelujah, good on you, you did it. But we don't get that, so we run around. Did you know women are 3 times more likely to suffer from anxiety, it's a bit hot, and depression? 3 times more than men. There are more women walking around with PTSD than there are men walking around with PTSD. There is a women's emotional health issue going on this planet right now, but also there's a huge change. There's so many women like myself that are just really, really committed to getting conversations out there, starting women talking, starting them realizing that it's okay to just slow down, to feel what you're feeling, to express yourself the way you want to, whether it seems goofy or stupid or, I don't know, something that's not the norm. Like for a start, the norm, we need to go and kill that sucker, because it's not the norm at all. The norm is what you do when you're at home, when you're not watching telly or your face stuck in the device or something like that. Anyway, coming back to thought loops. I would just say to all women, please, 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 just be aware that, one, most of us can't do all the things we think we can in a day. So get ready, because they don't get done, right? So that's okay too. Get into a routine of really, if you've got to close your eyes, then do that. But start to feel. What are you feeling? And don't try to go, oh, but I shouldn't be feeling down. I should be really happy. I've got children, I've got a great job, or I've got good friends, whatever. Well, that's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. The fact is, we've been trained by television and the media of how you should feel, how you should react, how you should respond. And I can tell you right now, I don't watch telly, I don't read magazines, the news. I source my own information. I'm not an idiot. But I can tell you that these things are not normal. The crap on telly is not normal. It's a form of brainwashing. It puts you off kilter because it does, because it's not how you act. So anyway, go back. So when you're feeling down, yet there's a really, something great's happening, but you feel down, so you think, I shouldn't feel down. Oh, screw that. You're allowed to feel down. I don't know, go to the bathroom, put on a face mask, put on some perfume, sit down, make a cup of tea, go lie down, go for a walk, phone a friend, write a letter, rearrange some flowers. There's always something you can do, right? But for God's sake, acknowledge it. Let it be. If you're angry, well, then be bloody angry. You're allowed to. The whole fact is we have so much emotion. Imagine trying to stuff something the size of the earth into a pea. Can you imagine how that would feel? Well, it doesn't take much, because most women, that's exactly what's happening. The hugeness of who you are, the hugeness of what you encompass as a woman is continue. Every day you are made to shove it in this tiny little thing, this little tiny thing, and you're meant to be happy. Well, that's bullshit. So what I think each day is realise that you do have these mental loops playing in your head. And I can tell you what, I can help you with those. This is what I do. I use a system that goes down into the unconscious mind and deals with this. And I won't go into it here because it's something that really you need to have a bit of a look at and we can talk about. However, you have to start self-healing. That's where it is. No one's going to do it for you. No pretty lipstick will get it. No shoes will get it. There's nothing outside of your skin can do it for you. You have to start this journey yourself, and it comes from inside. And you know what? It comes because you listen to women like me who start a dialogue about such things. We all should be talking to each other about this, and we all should be there for each other to help us be comfortable when we're not feeling great, when we don't have the bloody answers. We don't always have the bloody answers. Even positive people or what perceived to be strong people don't have the answers. I know people think I have a lot of answers, and I do. However, I don't have all the answers. And I find myself, I do what people do, not all the time, but you cannot bluff your way through, but you don't own up to not having the answers, right? That's not where health comes from. Women, we're changing. The planet is changing. Everything's changing. Hallelujah! The Me Too movement, man, that just took the lid off, and out came not one genie, millions of genies came out. We stand at the foot of an absolute avalanche of what's going to be excellent for women. However, each one of us must play a role, and the role starts with being patient with yourself and knowing that inside of you, whether you want to think you're shit and they're nothing, that's not true. It's just not true. Absolutely not true. But it takes each one of us to dig deep and realise I don't have to have the answers. I am going to screw up. I'm not going to do everything perfectly. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead every day and I'm going to do my best. And I'm going to look inside. And if I see something that I need to fix, or I see something I need to be kinder to myself about, then I'm going to damn well do it. You should do it. The time's up for this blur thing and pushing women to the side. That's crap. We're standing up. We're getting on with it. Women are amazing. That's what I try to do. That's what my videos are about. I know I waffle and, I'm not going to say sorry for that. I'm just going to say thanks for hanging in there and listening. This is what I want to do. I do this thing, Creatrix, and I'm a Creatrix facilitator, and I just love it because I can break women through from this ridiculous mind that goes on, and I can get them out the other side with none of these dramas, where you can have a trigger to something that was just an emotional bombshell for you. Now, I know I live this every day. I went through this, and I know that it works, right? Because I had triggers that would just, my heart would be pumping, my mind, the what do you call it, the thought loops. It was just like the showground off everywhere. Not anymore, because I went through this process and I dealt with it. It's very quick. I don't have that anymore. They come. These situations still happen in my life, but I have nothing. I feel nothing when they come. So my whole thing, my gig, my schlick. No, it's not even a shtick. Schlick. Anyway, I should stop speaking anything other than Australian. My whole thing is I'm getting women from the crap side of life to the fantastic side of life, because that's it. That's all we've got to do is just be happy. Happy and joyful, and that's it. And when you're like that, everything falls into place. Your vibration's perfect. Everything cruises along. You're feeling good, and you know what? You're leading by example. Because that's what we all need to do. We need to stand by each other. We need to be there for each other. Stop tearing each other down, because I've got no time for that shit. That's what they want us to do. Screw that. We're just going to be friends. We're going to bolster each other up. And you know what? We're just going to become a powerhouse. And that's how it is. So anyway, thank you again. So actually, I want to tell you one more thing. This is really cool about women's brains. I wrote it down so I would remember. Did you know that women have 23% more neural networks connecting the right and the left brain? 23% more than men. Yes, this is why we feel so much. We have 8 times more the chemical to make us feel emotional. So that's why we're more emotional too. Anyway, I digress. This is my video for today. Thank you for hanging in there if you're still here now. If you want to know some more, or you know somebody that wants to learn some more, I put my link in the page here on the side. We're there. I don't know. Everyone always so good. They comment at their thing. But anyway, that's it. That's what I want to talk about today. Thank you. I'll be back. I'm going to do hopefully more videos weekly. But if you want anything to talk about, I'm happy to talk about something in particular. But anyway, girls, I want you to get out there, be fabulous, listen to your insides, and please, please, please be patient and loving with yourself. Anyway, girls, anyway, everybody, take care. Have a great day. It's steaming here in Brisbane, in Scarborough. It's really quite hot right now. So I'm going to get off here and go make a cup of tea and cool myself down. Anyway, take care and be well. Bye.